Technically, it's illegal in this country.
You might think that candy is just an innocent, sweet treat, but it also has the potential to be dangerous and possibly even fatal. So let's check out 15 banned candies that can kill.
Trust me when I say this.
Jawbreakers.
Gummy Jawbreakers!
Back in 1999, a film was released called Jawbreaker. It was about popular high school girls who accidentally killed the prom queen after playing a prank where they put a gobstopper, aka Jawbreaker, in her mouth. Well, despite the film being fiction, it turns out that Jawbreaker candies are actually super dangerous, and not just for your teeth in terms of eroding the enamel and even cracking a tooth, but also in terms of choking.
It definitely sounds bad. Okay.
It is worth noting that in the United States, hard candies are actually one of the leading causes of choking. Also, we're not exactly sure why anyone would try this, but be very, very careful if you were heating up a Jawbreaker in the microwave. Turns out that a gobstopper can literally explode in the microwave as the different layers inside the candy heat up at different rates. This leads to an extremely hot spray of super hot candy if compressed. So all in all, be exceptionally careful with these. Roadkill gummy candy.
Arrowheads, more pottery. Also found some weird-looking gummy candy.
Meet Roadkill gummy candy. Kraft created a bag full of candies with squirrels, snakes, and chickens inside that had seen the wrong end of a tire. The gummies were visibly squished from their fictional encounters with automobiles, even including the tire marks to drive the point home.
Why?
These faux roadkill gummies caught the attention of animal rights activists who protested their existence and eventually won. The activists claimed that this candy sent the wrong message to kids that hurting animals is okay or even associated with fun. Well, it would seem that the activists' efforts panned out because Kraft eventually caved and discontinued the controversial roadkill gummy candy. Laffy Taffy.
Taffy? What kind of name is Taffy?
Watch out for your teeth, y'all, because Laffy Taffy is coming for them for real. Now, most of us know that if something is really difficult to chew and sticks to the teeth, then chances are it's not that great for us. So right off the bat, it's not looking good for Laffy Taffy.
Tell me about it.
But things go from bad to worse when you consider what is actually inside of the candy itself. There's the artificial coloring that is debatedly not even acceptable for consumption, and also there are lots of hydrogenated oils, i.e. trans fats, which can lead to heart conditions or even neurological conditions as well. So maybe take it easy on the Laffy Taffy and enjoy it in moderation. Warheads.
Can't taste my frickin' tongue, Kay.
Warheads may be missiles sent out during battle, but in fact, they are also these deliciously sour candies that only lovers of extreme tastes will even brave. But what about your health? Well, as it turns out, warheads are pretty bad for you and can even hurt you as well. For starters, the acids in these candies can make them even lethal. It's the malic acid inside of the candies that give warheads their signature sour taste. Word is, though, that warheads can attack your tooth enamel faster than other candies, and you can even develop super uncomfortable canker sores if you eat too many warheads as well.
Don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it!
The product comes with a warning stating that eating warheads can lead to temporary irritation of sensitive mouths and tongues. We're thinking maybe some candy company can make some peace heads instead. Might be less harsh on the body. Butterfinger.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Banned in Germany, Butterfinger is essentially a bar of sugar, sugar, and more sugar. So why are these bad boys banned in Berlin? Well, not only are these horrific for your teeth due to the stickiness factor, but they're pretty high in artificial ingredients as well. TBHQ, citric acid, genetically modified corn, and hydrogenated palm kernel oil are but a few of the artificial ingredients found inside a Butterfinger bar. Butterfingers are so bad for you that they have earned the title as possibly the least healthy of all candy bars.
Yikes, that's a recipe for disappointment.
Despite being, in its essence, layered peanut butter covered in chocolate, Butterfinger takes the cake as one of the worst candies out there. Fun dip. Now, kids will be kids. They're gonna eat their sugar and they're going to have fun while they do it. No one wants to stop that process, unless, of course, it becomes dangerous. And unfortunately for children everywhere, one of the greatest candies of all time is being used incorrectly by being inhaled about an inch north of where it's supposed to be.
What did you say?
That's right, some youngins are enjoying their fun dip without dipping the stick into the sugar. It seems they're mimicking a scene from Scarface and inhaling the powder straight through their noses. This is super dangerous and can result in fun dip in the lungs, nosebleeds, and all different kinds of not-so-fun outcomes. Kids plus sugar and their imaginations combined can equal a not-so-fun trip to the doctor. So please enjoy your candies responsibly. Lollipipe.
What?
The phrase, "put that in your pipe and smoke it," takes on a whole new meaning with the Lollipipe candy. Now, most of us know that candy is almost instantly associated with kids. Sure, you can make an adult type of candy, but that doesn't mean kids won't become curious about the 18-plus sweets. And that was exactly what happened with the Lollipipe. The late 2000s saw the creation of a candy in the shape of an actual smoking pipe. Never intended for kids, these were sold initially online, but when they entered the world of retail, that's where things really began to fall apart. When kids saw the odd-shaped candies, they instantly had questions, and those questions led to parents understandably complaining about the smoking paraphernalia look-alike edible treat.
What in the devil's name is this?
As a result, Lollipipes were swiftly moved out of retail spaces and back online. Tootsie Rolls.
Becomes a Tootsie Roll to me.
Besides being a popular dance from the 1990s, Tootsie Rolls are a beloved candy of many worldwide. They have a rich history in American popular culture and a military history as well. But did you know that Tootsie Rolls are pretty terrible for you? Number one, they are pretty much just sugar. Number two, they are filled with corn syrup and partially hydrogenated soybean oil. This oil extends the product's shelf life, but raises your risk of heart disease.
Pass.
Yeah.
The U.S. military used to use Tootsie Rolls during battle to refuel since they don't melt and last for so darn long. During the Korean War, U.S. Marines were nourished by parachuting Tootsie Rolls cascading down from the sky that gave them the boost of energy that they needed. So while yes, Tootsie Rolls definitely have their short-term advantages, it would seem that long-term they can be pretty dangerous for your health. Kinder Surprise.
Surprise, Cindy.
Kinder Surprises were hands down one of the greatest candies ever, but there was a major flaw in the design. You see, the idea of putting a toy inside a candy is so genius, you would think Stephen Hawking came up with it himself. But alas, Hawking would probably have thought ahead and realized that some children might assume the toy within the candy to simply be another candy, and as such, they might try and eat it. Well, that was exactly the case in real life and why Kinder Surprises were eventually banned in the United States. In 2016, a 3-year-old in France died from choking on the toy from inside the Kinder Surprise. An old and strict law from the 1930s led to the banning of Kinder Surprise stateside. Apparently, the law states that you cannot place non-nutritional objects inside any type of food, so that immediately disqualifies Kinder Surprise.
It's for the best.
The company's answer to this problem? Create Kinder Joy, half chocolate candy and the other half containing the toy. Twizzlers.
We're a Twizzlers family.
Hate them or love them, Twizzlers have been around since 1845. These long, red, twisted strands of candy are said to be low-fat, but it's worth noting that they are almost entirely made of sugar. With some refined flour and artificial additives involved, they're not exactly a nutritious snack. The dentist factor isn't great on this one either. Twizzlers get all up in your grill, and if you aren't diligently on top of your toothbrushing and flossing game, then these could lead to some hefty dental bills. But dentistry aside, Twizzlers can actually have an even worse effect. Apparently, a New York man claims that after years of eating black licorice as his go-to snack, he has developed a permanent heart condition.
How sad is that?
The man says that the candy destroyed his life. We're gonna take his word for it and eat with caution. Lucas Mexican Candy.
That Mexican candy giving you nerve damage again?
Probably, but who even cares?
Lucas Mexican Candy was wanted worldwide in its heyday. That was before the days when children decided to pretend that the candy was an illicit substance capable of going up their nostrils in lines. That's right, the children were doing Lucas Mexican Candy like they were out partying at Studio 54. The candy came in a small shaker container, which didn't help with the kid-friendliness of the candy overall. The thing is, even if everyone could get past the whole "the kids are snorting the candy" thing, what they couldn't get past was the amount of lead discovered to be inside of the candy itself. After some tests were conducted, results indicated that there was twice the amount of lead permitted by the FDA inside.
That doesn't sound right.
After this little tidbit of information got out, Lucas Mexican Candy was officially banned. Free candy.
Free candy!
In Spain, they have a tradition of holding a Cabalgata de Reyes holiday parade. The parade goes down every January 5th and involves a carriage with the three wise men throwing candy into the crowd.
I have some deeply tragic news for you.
Well, one year in 2013, a 6-year-old boy was killed after he was accidentally run over by a carriage in the parade while picking up candy. Since the tragic incident, rules have been put into place whereby the candy can only be dispensed if the streets have appropriate security fencing. Under all other circumstances, though, giving out free candy is strictly prohibited. Starburst.
What's your favorite food? Oh, I take Skittles and I put it between 2 Starbursts.
Now for one of the more delicious but yet covert culprits, Starburst. These exceptionally popular candies may be fruity in flavor, but it's not exactly because they are naturally full of fruity components. Inside Starburst lies a lot of food coloring and palm oil that is absolutely terrible for both you and the environment. There's an incredibly high amount of sugar inside one pack of Starburst and corn syrup as well. For the record, Starburst is actually one of the least nutritious candies out there. Eat too many Starburst and you could be putting yourself at risk.
Think about it.
There is literally zero nutritional value in a pack of Starburst, so if you're looking to enjoy some semi-okay candy, perhaps it's best to eat something else. Candy corn.
His favorite food is corn.
Okay, we know candy corn isn't really the most popular candy on this list. People either love it or they hate it, and those who dislike it have some pretty good reasons. First, candy corn is filled with artificial and chemical versions of the natural ingredients that are supposed to be inside. This was done by companies to mitigate costs and drive up profits.
Money, 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 money.
But it doesn't stop there. The main coloring component, yellow number 5, has been connected to some rare and even severe allergic reactions, and even has possible links to certain cancer-causing substances. So what we're saying is that hatred for candy corn that you've had since your very first Halloween is more than justified. And for those of you who like the stuff, we're sorry for the bad news. But hey, to be fair, the haters have been throwing shade all along, so it's not like this is news to you, right? Sweethearts.
That's the sweet taste of triumph.
Remember back in school when Valentine's Day rolled around and you got excited about receiving a Valentine? Well, most years, February 14th included the sharing of sweethearts between crushes. A brave soul would venture over to a patiently waiting wallflower and offer some sweethearts in an attempt to ask them to be mine. Well, these sweet treats that did the talking for you have been around since 1886, but are now actually banned in many schools. The first reason for the school embargo is that sweethearts have been known to cause hyperactivity in kids.
Rupert, suddenly I want to run! Chase me!
But the second reason is a little more complicated, and it's all about the messaging. In an article released in 2019, Sweethearts' messaging was accused of promoting toxic masculinity, harassment, and even assault. And as such, many see these sugary sweets as problematic.
Shame on you.
We're serving up more great videos. Just tap or click, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell to join our notification squad. And hey, leave us a comment.